Gone are the days of these, and even the days of these, as we now get into the Pro version, the AirPod Pros. We're going to unbox this. We're going to take a look at this next on Geekazine. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine, and we got the AirPod Pro Geekazine unbox. We're going to take a first look at it and play with it and see what we can come up with, what it is. So, of course, you remember the days of these. Where are they? Okay, there. So when the first iPhone came out, we got these little puppies right here, which are good, but you know, they're not great for my ears. In fact, even though they've been specially designed and redesigned and they fit in the ear okay, I've always had a problem with them, and they just, you know, like they pulled on in my ear and hurt my ear. I'd have to take them out every now and then, and I really didn't like them. I really like the soft foam ones. In fact, I'm also a musician, so I also use those types of headphones when I'm playing with the triple driver bass and all that other good stuff. But then they came out with the AirPod, the wireless AirPods, and this an amazing product right here. And nonetheless, because you know, you didn't have the wires, and that was one of the problems, was the wires were just all over the place. You could just pull it out, put it in your ear, and when it needs to be charged, put it back in the case and close it up. Small enough to fit in your pocket and not really noticeable. I could take it everywhere. You have the wired and the wireless. I always had the wired version, not the wireless version. But now they've gone Pro. And that's what we're going to take a look at. We're going to unbox this one right here. We're going to check out the AirPods Pro. We're going to see the differences between the Pro and the regular AirPods, and then play with it on how you set it up over on the on your phone and on your iPad and on your MacBook or whatever other machine you need to do. First of all, let's take a look at the page here. This is the AirPods Pro page, and as you can see, as we scroll, she's like, I'm a dancing, da 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 da. Anyway, let's scroll down. Everything you hear is unheard of. The new design, and I'm so far, even though I haven't worn these yet, I really like this new design, because right about here is where it started to hurt my ear, and I'm hoping that they've redesigned this to the point where that is not a problem anymore. So as we go, let's take a look. It's showing the powerful bass driver, the inward facing microphone, because this has got noise canceling in it. And the cool thing about noise canceling, to make noise canceling work, you need to hear what's going on out there so you can block what's going on out there. So this right here is doing a lot more than what it's done before. So going back over here, we've got, so as you can see, we've got the inward microphone, outward microphones, and much more. A super high efficient dynamic range amplifier, powers the speaker driver, blah, 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 and just a lot of cool electronics. You could go to the website to see this. Now, the other thing is, like I said, it's got an active noise canceling, which allows you to turn it off so you can hear the outside world. And for some of you, you really need that. And you know, especially if you're walking down a busy street, you want to hear the cars passing by. Sometimes you put these in. This is a great thing to put in, like if you're in a concert, and even though you're not listening to anything, at least it's kind of killing some of the decibels around you. So a little bit more. It's got for the transparency mode, even if you don't have them turned on. But as you can see, totally just an amazing thing. We got 24 hours of listening time, 4 hours of listening time on a charge, and 1 hour listening time on 5 minutes of charge. Just 5 minutes of charge, and that's pretty amazing right there. So let's see. It hooks up to your phone, just like the AirPods did. You'll see them, and you'll be able to connect to them and go from there. So without further ado, let's unbox this puppy right here and then see what's going on inside the AirPods Pro. Let's take a tool and let's just go like this. There we go. I think that opened it. Take out the cellophane. That's the best part, is taking off the cellophane right here. There we go. And apologies on the white box because it does show a little bit of glare from the lights, but as we point it up this way, there'll be a lot less glare. Let's bring it opening it up. We've got designed by Apple in California, which has got, let's see, inside here we have the AirPods Pro. This is the instruction manual on setting it up and connecting up your ear pads. So we're going to set this right here. We've got some safety and handling information right here. Apple Care, you get Apple Care 1 year Apple Care, but you can also choose to do 2 year on there, and all the compliance stuff is on these. So we'll put those over there. And then up here we've got the AirPods Pro. Let's take a look. So let's bring this down. Now, this is supposed to be wireless, but as you can see, there is a little wired port, so you can charge it if you don't have the wireless connection, which I don't. I only have it for wireless for my phone. But I suppose I could use the same thing here. So let's open it up, and a little white dot there says that something's going on, and inside we have the AirPod Pro. So let's just close that up really quick, and we'll set that right there because we got more in the box. Let's just pull this out. What we got here, we got the USB-C to Lightning charge cable. So that's a pretty good cable to have. And then down here, these are, okay. Down here, these are the foam pads for your ear sizes. Now, what's really cool about this is that they have a feature that allows you to figure out which foams you need for your AirPods. And you do it through the phone there. And that's one of the things that we will explore here in a second. But that's pretty cool. We'll just buckle that back up because you don't want to lose those. Here we go. We have the iPad Pro. Let's just take a comparison here really quick. Let's zoom in a little bit. So this is the old AirPods, and this is the AirPods Pro. So as you can see, the case is a little bit different. It's a little bit elongated, but if you turn it outside, they pretty much match on dimensions. So if you just put these in your pocket, I don't think it'll make much of a difference. If you didn't notice this one, you're definitely not going to notice this one too much. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, let's put this aside. Let's open this back up. So now this is the AirPods Pro. We're going to take this out, and okay. So this, I believe, no. This would be the right ear. I put that in. And instantly when I put that in, you can tell the difference between the AirPods and the AirPods Pro. You can hear more of a seal in the ear. And that's pretty interesting. I can definitely hear that. Let's put the other one in. So now, and now that noise canceling just really cut in, and I can't hear. I do have a couple computers in here that run fans. I can't hear that at all. But my understanding is if I do something like this, there I go. Now I can hear myself. Now I turned off the noise canceling, and I can hear the fans, and I can hear myself, but I hear more of a canned sound. So like if I take it out, there I can hear my voice, but I put it in, it's like I'm talking through because basically there's microphones in here that it's picking up to shove into my ear so I can hear what I'm saying. So it's got a different sound to it, which is interesting. I did not expect that. So so I need to go to the phone at this point, I believe. Let's hey, there's instructions. Let's figure this out. So let's go back over here. So it's iOS, turn on your Bluetooth, activation du Bluetooth, activation Bluetooth, and Bluetooth, that's the different languages here. Connect the AirPods Pro, and it says some of these features of this audio accessory require a new version of iOS. Interesting. So I guess I have to update my iOS so I did not expect that to happen. While we're waiting for this update, let's take a look at some of the specs here. As you see with the audio technology, we have active noise cancellation, the adaptive EQ, the transparency mode, the high-end Apple drivers, and we'll check that out as we go from here. Sensors, dual beamforming microphones, inward-facing microphones, dual optic sensors, and force sensors. So we got a lot of sensors sitting inside of our microphones or inside of our headphones. Now, the H1-based system in package chip is what is inside of these headphones. And of course, basically the controls. Let's take a look at that really quick. Press once to play, pause, or answer a phone call. Press twice to skip forward. Press 3 times to skip back. Press and hold to switch between active noise cancellation and transparency mode. And then say the magic words to do things like play a song, blah, blah, blah. So sweat and water resistant. So you should be able to swim with them, but hey, do it sparingly. And go from there. And of course, watch out for those connectors, those ear foam connectors, because they can definitely play a part in your in how you're listening to this. So charging case works with Qi certified chargers or the Lightning connector. So I'll have to check that out. Battery is on the AirPods Pro up to 4.5 hours. We talked about that. Bluetooth 5.0. And with Bluetooth 5.0, you should check on the specs because there's a lot differences between 4 and 5. But hopefully it's got a better connection with your phone, and that's the key right there. So, all right, well let's do this. Well, there's our phone. There's our AirPods Pro. Now the idea is you're supposed to get close to them and open up the case. And there we go. We have our AirPods Pro. We can choose the Connect. And then it's saying press once to either AirPod play, pause, or twice to move to the next song. Hold on to the AirPods to switch between noise and go from there. So that was a little bit odd to try and pull out a little bit more. So I'm going to put that in the ear. And I heard the famous ding. You can see that. And I'm hearing the active. It's a lot different here. And let's see if I can do transparency mode on just one. All right, now it's going through transparency mode. Down here it's saying announce messages. I don't know if you can see that. Let's zoom in on that a little bit. So yeah, it's saying announce messages with Siri. Read messages out loud to having unlock your phone. Yeah, we can do that. Let's do that. And here we go. We have our AirPods Pro. They're at 81 and 77%. And the charging case is at 72%, which I did not charge at all these AirPods yet. So, but out of the box, I can definitely use these right out of the box. So I can hear fine. I'm in transparency mode, as you can see the AirPods. Let's go back into cancellation mode, and oh wow, it just sucks the air out of my ear for sure. And yeah, so there we are. We are now in full mode. I now have it hooked up to my phone. I'm going to do a quick test here by bringing up some music. You won't hear the music. It'll go through my headphones. And it sounds pretty good. But the one thing I had with these is every time you took this out of the ear, it would stop playing. And that's the case here. So if you have to take this out of your ear, it'll stop playing. And when you put them on back in, they'll start playing again. Let's go to transparency mode. And now I can hear myself. And I can really hear myself. This is kind of like almost like a hearing aid. And I might just use this as a hearing aid when I need to. So let's bring this back in. So now this is active cancellation. And yeah, I don't hear myself like I have been over there. Here's something I wanted to try here. I'm going to take this one out. I'm going to put this in the case. Now, here's my old one. I'm going to see what happens here. Take this out. The old AirPods, I have music coming in here, but this is just active cancellation. do active cancellation and then kind of act as a hearing aid, I guess you could say, and then cancel out this side, but have music come through here. But I can't hear music through this side, the AirPods Pro. And I think if I switch it, oh, there we go. So now what I did was I clicked on here. I went into, so basically the blue dot right here. Click on there. As you can see, it's the AirPods. But if I do this, I got the AirPods Pro on right ear and the AirPods on the other ear. And then, of course, if I do that, now it's on the AirPods Pro. So I can mix and match if I want to. Now I just turned off the active noise cancellation so I can hear myself and do it again. And now the noise cancellation comes in. Of course, these aren't noise cancellations, so you'll still hear sound from there. But that's interesting. Now I can sit here and I can mix and match my AirPod Pros and with my regular AirPods. So this could be charged up. So let's say I need to charge one at a time. I can flip and mix and match and bring it around and have those go from there. So that's pretty interesting. So that's just the regular AirPods and the AirPods Pro. Now let's bring back the other AirPod. And that just showed up, just changed, took out the regular AirPods and brought in the AirPod Pro. So straight up, no problems there. Let's pause that. Now let's switch up devices here. We're gonna see if we can do this again. This time we're gonna put these back in the case. And we're going to bring out my iPad. Now, this is not the latest, greatest iPad. This is actually the 10.5-inch iPad Pro. So I'm going to see if I can get these to connect the same way. So the idea is you're supposed to be close to it. So I believe what you do is you go into Bluetooth, and there we go. The iPods Pro. Yep, connected it up. And now I'm good to go. If I listen to some music, noise canceling, working perfect. Of course, like I said, this is not the latest and greatest iPad, but it does have the latest iOS software. So that's pretty cool. So I can now listen to iPad and listen on my iPhone. I'm assuming my MacBook Pro will do the same thing and go from there. But I have something older. And I do. This is an iPod, and this is run. I don't remember what version of iPod software this is running. So this is iOS 9. This will not connect to these, but if you had iOS 10 or better, basically what you would do is you'd go into the Bluetooth, you'd open this up, you'd open up the case like this, and then there's a little button in the back. And with that button, you hold it down. So you got to open it up and then hold down the button, and then that little white light is going to flash white. And then you'll see the devices in the Bluetooth. And if I click on here, it's going to say pairing unsuccessful because this is iOS 9. So I won't be able to connect to here, but if I have anything iOS 10 or better, I will be able to connect my iPad Pro or my iPods Pro to the. All right, so from here, what you wanted to test, and let's repair these with the iPad. So just did, and we're gonna put both of them in my ear. So we'll do that, and wow, it's amazing to hear that difference in the in there. So anyway, from here, we're gonna go to settings. And we're going to go to Bluetooth. And this is where we're going to go for the iPad, the AirPods Pro. We're going to say it says connected, and there's the blue eye right there. And let me just make sure that's in focus. We'll zoom in a little bit on that. And from there, so we have the noise cancellation. We can turn that off. So now that's off, and we can turn it on transparency, which is now the speaker. So actually off is different. Actually, you can hear a little bit differently from off and transparency. So noise cancellation is what's going to really do that. And of course, you can control that. So let's say the left one, we don't want noise control. We'll just uncheck that, I believe. Or is it okay? We'll turn it off that way. So I'll go like that and off, and we'll go back there. And then the right one, I believe, noise cancellation, we'll turn that like that, I believe. But the other thing is down here, the automatic ear detection. I don't think you can you? Let's see. Yeah, you can't put them in backwards. It's not, well, it's not easy. I suppose you could, but it's just not easy. So let's put them back in the way they were. There we go. Now, we have this other thing called the ear tip fit test. So we're going to press that, and it's going to say, hey, you want to test the fit of your ear tips. And it says, for the best acoustics performance, AirPods and ear tips should create a complete seal when placed in your ears. And it's doing a great job right now, I think. So good seal will improve the quality. Noise cancellation will hit continue. And it'll do the ear tip fit test right here where that continue button. Let's go back. Let's do that again. Continue. We're going to hit the play button. And I think it's testing something. Okay, now I'm hearing some music. The right's saying that's a good seal, but this left is saying adjust or try a different ear tip. Because, hey, your ear is not the same left and right. And actually, your face, if you think about it, your face is also not the same. It's not a symmetrical thing. I know with my Bell's palsy, this side is a little bit droopier than this side. A lot of you can't see it, but I see it. And that's, that is what it is. But the whole point is they're two different things. And of course, making sure you have the right fit in your ear. And sometimes what I like to do is I like to do the little Dumbo thing, pull it out and push in the ear just to make absolutely sure it's good. So let's go back here. Let's make absolutely sure that we did that. So we'll hit that. And now it's saying good seal. So the idea is that what it's doing is it's playing the music, and then it's trying to hear the music that's being played. And if it hears leakage, then it's going to say, hey, that's not the right tip for you. But if it doesn't hear what it's expecting to hear, then it'll say, hey, that's all well and good. Let's go forward. Let's do this. This is perfect. So the tips that I had that came right out of the box, perfect. So, but for some of you, you might need to change the tips. And for that, it's my understanding is it's not that difficult of a job. So to change the tips, what they're saying is you take the tip and you pull firmly till they pop out. And there it is, popped out. So that's the tip. That's with it pulled out. And as you can see, it's rubber within rubber. So what we'll do is we'll just put it back in, and it says push in there firmly. You'll hear a click, and I think I heard a click. Yes, I heard a click. And it's just basically the rubber getting over the bump there. And let's put this back in, and then absolutely, I'm going to push it again just a little bit more. I felt another click. And let's go back here. We'll zoom back out, and we'll do the ear fit tip test again. So we'll hit done. We'll say, let's do the tip test. Let's hit continue. Let's hit play. Hit play again. Here's some music. Now that's interesting. Adjust or try a different ear tip. So let's do it again. I was talking. Let me just do this again. That's interesting. Let's see if I've got this pushed in all the way. There we go. All good. All good. So that's how you do that. That's do the tip test so you can get the full noise canceling. Now, as for review, I mean, the first thing I hear in this room, like I said, I have a couple computers going, and of course the heat kicked in, and I can't hear that at all anymore. But if I turn off the, whoops, that was the pause. Actually, if you push that into here, when you push the together, you'll hear like a little click on the side. And if you just press it, that's going to unpause your music and repause your music. But if you hold it down, that's where the active noise cancellation comes out. Now I can hear the heat register going. I can hear the fans on the computer. Really quickly, let's talk about recording and using the AirPods Pro. Actually, it's the same thing with the AirPods. No, you cannot use this to use the app to record video and expect the audio to come from here. Now, if you have a regular set of AirPods, or a regular set of, not AirPods, if you have a regular set of iPod headset, you can definitely use that to do the recording. But those devices don't support Bluetooth pairing, which is kind of sad. And even with GarageBand, I was noticing that, which does have Bluetooth support, is it didn't have that ability to use the audio as well. So that's a little disappointing. That is disappointing because I'd love to do some sort of interviews and things like that. And I'm guessing if I did a phone call from, a FaceTime or something like that, it would, I'm hoping that it would use here over here. But when you're recording video, or if you're doing anything like that, you are not recording through the AirPods Pro. I am now recording from from my desktop PC, and that is a Windows machine. I have Bluetooth connected the AirPods Pro to the Bluetooth machine, and now you are hearing from here, from the microphones, and it doesn't sound too great. I do have the same noise reduction and dynamics as with this microphone down here, but we're not using it. So I'm going to cancel those out right now. But now you can hear the recording. The microphones are these microphones right here. And so there's no extra processing on this. This is what we can hear from the PC side. Now keep in mind, I'm connecting via Bluetooth 4 low LT on the PC when these are Bluetooth 5. Now, but I can do active canceling. So these are in the ears more than they are for the device itself. So you could just use these just to sleep if you need to. Just like with the regular AirPods, the wireless AirPods, that was also the case. So unfortunately, that's a big bummer when it comes to doing different things. But the cool thing is, I suppose you could have this as active noise cancellation, put on a microphone so you can talk and do some interviews and whatnot, and not be bothered with noise. And it might just come back here if you have the right setup for your device. So that's the only downfall on this. But as a lot of you would probably not be doing that, I'm guessing that FaceTime will allow you to use the microphone, and it'll probably eat up a lot of battery if you do that as well. So bottom line, you can't do that. Now let's talk about fit. Now that we fit in our let's just move this out of the way. Now that we fit everything into play, how do they work? How do they really fit? And it's just, I'm doing a shake test right now, as you can see, and I don't feel them moving around and being uncomfortable. Unlike these, which, like for instance, I went outside to shovel the other day when we got our snow, and these always felt like they were falling out. These don't feel like they're getting ready to fall out. They're nice and fit, and they kind of conform the ear. Now, the other thing that I don't like about these, which were also the same thing that I don't like about these, is they push on my ear, push upward on my ear. And with these soft rubber foams, I don't get that happening. Now, I'm going to try some different things here with my foam and see if there's different types of foams. I'm guessing there's going to be some companies out there that are going to try and offer alternate foams for ears that don't like the rubber, especially if you're working out. You can do a lot of running, you sweating, and your ear starts to sweat. And when you have a rubber insert, I've noticed a lot of rubber inserts just feel like they're going to start to come out because they're wet and icky. But then you have foam inserts, which you push in, and then you push in the ear, and then they kind of conform to your ear, and then they stay in a little bit better. Even if you are sweating, they still feel icky when you take them out, but they will hold into the ear. And I have, when I'm playing with the band, I have that type of in-ear headphone with a felt, or not a felt, but like a memory foam type inner ear canal connection. Another thing is we're going to see if there's a way to do any type of custom ear molding, and see what happens there, because that would be interesting, and I think that would a lot of people, especially musicians, would definitely like an inner ear mold. Although I don't feel much space for any type of inner ear, but we'll definitely give it a try now we know how to pop these out and pop them back in. So, real question though is, what do you think of them? Are they working for you? Are they not working for you? Do you have a pair? Do you like the older versions or the newer versions? Right now, in these first few minutes of me wearing the AirPods Pro, I feel them more comfortable. I feel like they can be in my ears a little bit longer without me going like this and there's an itch. Let me know by going and commenting and liking this video. You know you want to like this video. Like this video, comment, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification that lets you know when the next video comes out. Especially over at Geekazine.com, there is a bell notification on the corner that lets you know when the next article comes out. So this has been the AirPods Pro unbox for the first thoughts on this whole device here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me over at Geekazine, Think Magazine, put in a geek, and you got me. Facebook.com Geekazine, YouTube.com Geekazine, Instagram.com Geekazine, Geekazine.com Geekazine, YourDog.com Geekazine, or whatever. So anyway, and we're also on Twitch. We're also on TikTok. If you're a TikTok fan, so check it out, and we'll go from there. Thanks a lot for watching. You guys geek out. We'll see you next time, and take care, and AirPod on, I guess, pro-wise. See ya.